G'day folks, how are you all? We've just come back from our trip down in the wheatbelt. We were eastern wheatbelt, had a few nights out there, a different couple of spots, so those couple of episodes will be coming up. They'll be starting next Sunday. Watching this one now, this Sunday will be coming next Sunday, the first one. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm going to get stuck into the editing quite soon and get that going, because it was a really good trip. Old mate Gus here, about halfway through, started to get a real weird whirring, scraping sort of noise from the front. Sounded like a pulley noise, perhaps maybe aircon. I know the aircon's quite common for the aircon pulleys, the clutches in them to start to fail and they make a real weird noise. I could hear it's affected with turning the aircon on and off. So I'm thinking perhaps maybe it's that. Just got the car home and didn't really develop in anything, wasn't anything to worry about too much. So now we're home. We've come back to pretty miserable weather, so I'll wait for it to clear up a bit and then I'm going to get into the front and see what exactly is going on. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. We're just having a bit of a look around the engine bay. I have found what I think is the problem. We've got a pulley down here. I think it's the idler pulley for the aircon belt. That's aircon, yeah. So the aircon has an idler pulley, and that idler pulley has shit the bed completely. I'm gonna get my torch just to have a look down there. So that'll need placing, but that's good. That means that it's not. Oh Jesus! Wow. Good news. I'm glad that's not aircon. That's nothing too serious. All I've really got to do is just replace that one pulley. So I'm happy with that. Quick call to Repco. No deal. No deal for Repco. They don't have that part number. They don't have anything in stock. My option would be to pull it off, drive down there, try and match it. However, I called Veals. The Veals has it in stock, 37 bucks, happy days. So I'm about to head off and grab one. See you soon. I've returned with gifts. There's my pulley. 30 bucks. Got a $7 discount, that was nice. I bought some heavy duty degreaser, some silicone spray. Once I wash it up, I'm going to give all my zips, awning zips, give them all a coat of this. Use that. I've got this, Maguire's, some of this bug and tar remover. Try and get all these bugs off. Thing's caked with it. So I'm going to give that a go. Everything Maguire's is always good. And I've got this, lithium grease. Everything underneath always dries out. And one thing I'm having a lot of issue with is my sway bar linkages. They just constantly dry out, going through mud and water and everything else. I'm going to try some of this lithium grease because this is supposed to be really good for being water resistant. It repels water, mud, all the elements. So I'm going to try and spray them up with this and see how that goes. And I was just thinking, handy little tip that I might pass on that I've picked up from bad experiences. What it is because I've put down a spanner and I've touched both the terminals, haven't I? So something just to be aware of. Try not to let your positive and your negatives touch anything when you're laying tools around, because batteries are big and they're a flat spot. It's quite common to just see that area and just put a spanner down on it, and without really thinking you can connect your negative and your positive, and yeah, end up with a bit of fireworks action under your engine bay, which isn't really ideal. Something to be mindful of. Alright, well this particular socket's not really going to work. It's the 22 fill. Okay, 22 feels most likely. I don't know where I got 23 from. There we go, I cracked it. Alright, We've got movement. We've got movement on the bolt too. What an idiot. I've got about as far as I can go with the bolt on the front. There's a little 12mm bolt on top of this pulley, and that's the tensioner. It's on a slide. So I'm turning it as if you would loosen it, and that is loosening the tension on the belt and the pulley itself, which is hopefully going to make this a lot easier to come off. And it's also going to be how I'm going to be able to get this back on to slacken off the tension of the belt. So a very fiddly job. So I'm finishing off the last few threads on the bolt on the front. I can hear all the bearings from in this pulley hitting the ground. The thing's just totally collapsed. It's fully exploded. Wow, there's one bit of it. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Completely and utterly destroyed. Stuck in here. This is part of the bearing, part of the pulley. In an ideal world that would still be attached to the pulley, but it's obviously exploded and that's come off away from the pulley, and it was stuck on this sleeve bolt that holds the pulley on. So as you saw, I was trying to get it off, a bit of WD-40. Well, I wasn't filming it, but I've managed to get it all separated. What I did, I set this up like so here, and what I did was I got a socket to the right size. I gave it a few good well bam with a bit of gentle persuasion. It came straight off. So we are free, and I'm hoping now we're going to be right to continue. Just going to use the same method, but basically in reverse. What I want is I want this to be on nice and flush. It's quite hard to press on, but if I put that on now like that, I'm going to get in the engine bay thinking that that's tight, but really it's going to be loose, and it's probably going to start slacking off over time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down on the ground. I'm going to put this on here, so it's going to connect with this inside barrel. I'm just going to gently tap on the top of the socket just to make sure that this sleeve, this bolt, is slid all the way in, so it's nice and tight. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, she's done. Tension's good. Yep, nice. On the long trips, the cars get hammered, as you would know if you do the big Ks on the highway. You would know as well, they get absolutely hammered, especially this time of year as well. We're just coming into spring, so insects are around everywhere going off. And so old mate Gus here has got absolutely hammered. So I've gone and bought some stuff from Repco, and I'm going to give this thing a real big clean up because it's pretty damn filthy. It's pretty gross, to be honest. I've turned the car around just to get it in the shade because I think it's better to do it in the shade. This bug and tar remover I bought, shake well for best results, pretty standard. Apply a thick coat, even coating of foam. Cool, simple stuff. Let's get into it. finished washing it up, but there's still a lot of bug residue left on the car, so I'm going to get the bug spray out. It's a bug and tar spray, so I might even try, if I've got enough left, I might even try going my wheel arches and stuff as well, but the focus is the windscreen, basically everything at the front, so bumper, the lights, headlights, the windscreen, even up on the roof, the max tracks, the roof rack, LED bar up there. I'm going to load it up with this stuff and see how it actually goes. I think I'd call that a success. Well, there you go, Maguire's bug and tar. I'd give that a go. I recommend that. My spotties, my number plate, LED bar, the windscreen, they're all the cleanest they've been in months. There you go. Yeah, recommend. Cool. Oh, I didn't get a chance to do under my wheel arches because I've run out. I used it all. But I did go pretty heavy with it. So, yeah, there you go. Give it a shot. Worked a treat. Oh, that's a little bit of post-trip pull down done, I guess you could say. A little bit of an issue on the engine to fix. Not a big deal, but a bit fiddly. Got that sorted, and then, well, one step being cleaned up. Still a little bit messy inside. It's not too bad though. Pull out the old floor mats, give them a shake off. That's probably about it. Goes to show there is always something you got to do when you get back from a trip, whether it be just washing it down or some little mechanical issue or something like that. So I think it might be beer o'clock. You know what? From where that sun's sitting, it's definitely beer o'clock. Alright, appreciate you watching. Thanks again. Ooroo. Come on, you.